Good morning, everybody. Myself Rajesh Kumar Sahu. Today we'll discuss about the zoology questions of 2026, NEET 2026. So I am welcoming to all to the NEET Zone Bhubaneswar. So first we'll see the first questions. The first question is the insertion of the foreign DNA at the BAM H1 site in an E. coli cloning vector PBR 322 results in the loss of the antibiotic resistance towards. Means we have to understand where this BAM H1 site is present. There is two sites. One is the ampicillin and one is called the tetracyclines. This BAM H1 site is present in the tetracyclines. So if this foreign DNA is inserted in BAM H1 time, the tetracycline will be inactivated because the question is asking the loss of the antibiotic resistance in which site the antibiotic resistance will lost. It will be lost in the BAM H1. So the correct answer will be the tetracycline will be the correct answer. Now we'll go to the second question. The second question is asking that the sixth mutant codon of the beta globin gene, which causing the polymerization of hemoglobins and change in the RBC shape. This question is asking about the sickle cell anemia. Why the sickle cell anemia caused? The sixth codon actually it is the GAG. GAG. It will convert into the GUGG. So here the correct answer will be, in the process of the deletion, first we'll check which question will answer will the correct. He is telling the sixth mutant codon of the beta globin genes. If you will see the sixth codon, so sixth codon will be one is called the GAG, AUG, GUG, and one is called the GH. Actually, the correct answer will be GH. So GH will change into GUG. 3. Ovulation and bumblebees. They both will show the sexual deceit. Therefore, it is the correct answer. Evolution of the human appears parallel to the progressive development of brain and language skills. As such, the evolution of the individual species in the sequence of their appearance means telling that the human evolution, in the human evolutions, which is the correct sequence. Correct sequence. If you see the correct sequence in first option, Homo habilis, Homo erectus, Ramapithecus, Neanderthal Homo sapiens. It is totally wrong. Next is the Ramapithecus, then Homo habilis, then Homo erectus, then Neanderthal then Homo sapiens, the modern man. This is the correct sequence. If you see the other options, here is the first Homo sapiens. This is wrong. Here also first Neanderthal. It is wrong. So first sequence is the Ramapithecus, then Homo habilis, then Homo erectus, then Neanderthal finally Homo sapiens, modern man. This is the sequence of the human evolution. So the correct answer will be 2. Our next question is match the following. In one side it is given list 1 and another side it is given the list 2. In the list 1 it is given that the fetus movement starts and the hair appears on the head. Here it will be around the 20 weeks of the pregnancy. So A will be I. Next is the fetus develops limbs and digits. It is around the 8 weeks of the pregnancy. Means B will be triple I. C, the fetus develops external genitalia organs. That is C will be 12 weeks of the pregnancy. That is IB. The fetus body is covered with the fine hairs, eyelids, separates, and the eyelashes are formed. That is around the 20 weeks of the pregnancy. That is D will be I. So now which one is the correct options? So here is the A is the triple I. So this option will be wrong. Next, so A will be our correct option. A will be I. So here will be A will be double I. This option will be also incorrect. Clear? A is double I. B is I. But here A is the double I, B is the triple I, C is the IB, D is the I. So the correct answer will be 4 for this question. Correct answer will be 4. Now we'll go to the next question. Our next question is, a group of researchers procured some fishes like animals. Upon investigation, the following characters were observed. One is called the endoskeleton. Endoskeleton is the skeleton which is present inside the body and it is made up of cartilage. They are ectoparasite. They are found on the skin of the fish. Their paired fins, scales were absent, but 7 pairs of the gill slits were present. Which of the following species of animals did they consider to fit best with these characters? Actually, it is chordates. In which chordates? Actually, this character is related to the cyclostomata. Cyclostomata means circular mouth. Circular mouth. From which it is cyclostomata? If you see exocetus is not cyclostomata. Branchiostomata is also not cyclostomata. This is petromyzon is our cyclostomata. So the correct answer will be 3 because this characters is related to the cyclostomata. All these characters is related to cyclostomata. So the correct answer will be the petromyzons. This is the correct answers for this. Now we'll go to the next question. Spermatogonia undergoes a series of cellular divisions to produce sperms. Select the correct statement from the following. Now we'll see which one is the correct statement. Spermatogonia always undergoes meiotic division. No, it is go for the mitosis, not meiosis. So this answer will be wrong. Primary spermatocytes divides mitotically to produce secondary spermatocytes. No, mitotically not. This is meiosis. So this answer will be wrong. Secondary spermatocytes through their second meiotic division produce haploid spermatids. This is absolutely correct because the secondary spermatocyte through their second meiotic division produce haploid spermatids. This is correct. Spermatids produce spermatozoa through mitosis. This is also wrong. Spermatids transfer into the spermatozoa by spermiogenesis. This is absolutely correct. That process is called the spermiogenesis. So which two answer is correct? C and E. So here is the C and E. So this is our correct answer. C and E only. All options are wrong. Now we'll go to the next question. What is the probability of having children with O blood group where both the mother and father are heterozygous for A? Try to understand what is the meaning of the heterozygous A. Heterozygous A means IA small I. Heterozygous B blood group means genotype is IB small I. Now question is, what is the probability of having children with O blood group? We will do the Punnett square. So with the blood group will have children's mother and the fathers are heterozygous, but the mother is the A. IA small I. Blood group B. IB small I. If we cross it, IA, IB, blood group AB, IB, small I, blood group B, IA, small I, blood group A, small I, blood group O. So out of four, 1 will be blood group O, probability of blood group O, into 100 is equal to 25%. So the correct answer will be the 4. So the probability of the blood group O will be 25%. So the correct answer will be 25%. This is the Punnett square. The probability, the possibility that 25% children will be with blood group O. Now we'll go to the next questions. Arrange the following events occurring in the renin-angiotensin mechanism in the correct order. So this question is come from our chapter excretion. Chapter excretions. So first, increase in the blood pressure and glomerular filtration rate. Reabsorption of Na plus and water from the distal parts of the tubules due to aldosterone. Next option is fall in the glomerular filtration rate. Next is the vasoconstriction by the angiotensin 2 and release of the aldosterones. Next is the renin converts angiotensinogens into angiotensin 1s followed by the angiotensins 2. So question is just choose the correct answers from the option given below. Means we have to arrange which one is the first, then second, then third, then fourth. If you see in the sequence, first will be the fall in the glomerular filtration rate. When the glomerular filtration will fall, the first option will be C. When the glomerular filtration rate will be decreased, then what will happen? So renin converts angiotensins into angiotensin 1s followed by the angiotensins 2. This is will not be. Next is the increase in the blood pressure. This will be the last. So last will be the A. When it will decrease, it will be increase. So here is the C. First one is the C, then last one is the A. So the correct answer will be 4. Correct answer will be 4. The first is the C and last is the A. A means increase in the blood pressure. The first blood pressure will decrease. Then after that, these things will happen and finally the blood pressure will increase. So C, first option, last one A. So the correct answer will be 4. So this is the correct answer will be the 4. Match the least with the least 2. This is also one match the followings. This question is comes from the respiratory volume. One is called the ERV, expiratory reserve volumes. One is the residual volume. One is the IRV, inspiratory reserve volume. One is the TB. If you see the TB, you know TB is the 500 ml. TB is the 500 ml. Then what is inspiratory reserve volume? If you see the inspiratory IRV, it will be 2500 to 300 ml. Then the residual volume, if you see the residual volume, it will be 1100 to 200 ml. Then expiratory reserve volume, it will be the expiratory reserve volume will be 1000 ml to 11,000 milliliters. Now match. The first is the ERV. So ERV is equal to A is equal to triple I. Then residual volumes, that is B. B is matched with the 1100 to 1200, that is IV. Then IRV, C. IRV 2500 to 3000 ml, that is C is equal to I. Then tidal volume, that is D is equal to 2. So A is equal to 3, B is equal to IV, C is equal to 1, D is equal to 2. So the correct answer will be 3. It is direct questions from the NCERT, direct questions given the different volumes and here is given the different amounts. So it is a total direct question from the NCERT. Now see the next question. The next question is match the following. Progestats. It is a hormone releasing IUDs. So A will be 3. Multilode 375. That is B will be, it is a copper releasing IUDs. C is the diaphragm. Diaphragm is made up of the barrier of the rubbers, which is used by the females. So C will be I. Saheli. D. Oral contraceptives. 2. The correct options. A is triple I. Here is the triple I. Here is also triple I. B is the IV. Here is the BIV. BIV. Here is the CI. And D is the 2. So the correct option will be A. It is the correct match. Next questions. Non-membrane bound cell organelles found in the both prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. This is a very easy questions. The answer will be ribosome. Ribosome is the only cell organelles without membrane bounds. Therefore, it is present in both prokaryotic and eukaryotic. We know in eukaryotic membrane bound organelles are present, but in prokaryotic there is no membrane bound organelles are present. But being the ribosome is without membrane, so therefore it is present both in prokaryotic as well as the eukaryotic. The correct answer is the ribosome. Ecological pyramid represents the relationship between the organisms at different trophic levels, and they are generally inverted. Normally it is erect, but in some cases it is inverted. Try to understand. It is telling it is inverted. If you see the inverted pyramid, the energy in the pond is erect. Pyramid of the biomass in the sea, it is inverted. It is inverted. Pyramid of the number of the grasslands, it is erect. But the pyramid of the biomass in the grassland, it is erect. But only case here, the pyramid of the biomass in the sea, if you see, so it will be inverted. So question is asking which pyramid will be inverted. So in all the cases, it is erect, it is erect, it is erect. But here will be it is inverted. So therefore, the correct answer will be the pyramid of the biomass in the sea will be the inverted. The flightless birds with 4 limbs modified as paddle-like structure suited for the swimming is known as. It is a very easy question. This question is telling about the penguin. You know penguin. Penguin is a flightless bird and its 4 limbs is modified into the paddle-like structure for swimming. So it is actual penguin. Here is which one is the penguin. If you see the scientific name of the penguin, the scientific name of the penguin is the Appendodytes. So therefore the correct answer will be Appendodytes. This is the scientific name of the penguin. It is telling about the penguin. Flightless birds and the 4 limbs modified the paddle-like structure for swimming. It is telling about the penguin. This is the scientific name of the penguin. Appendodytes. The correct answer will be the 4. Next questions. Match the least 1 to the least 2. Streptokinase, statins, lipase, cyclosporin A. If we match it, the cyclosporin A, it is a immunosuppressant. So if we see the A, B, C, D. If we see the first C, cyclosporin, it is a immunosuppressant. So D will be I. D will be. Here is the DI, here is the DI, here is the DI. Now lipase, if you see the C, lipase, you know lipase is the detergent formulations. Detergent, so C will be IV. We are using the detergent to remove the oil, that is lipase. Now come the statin and streptokinase. So what is the difference? C will be IV. So here is the DI and C will be IV. So this is the correct options. This is the custodian. So what is the A? So A is what is streptokinase. A is what is the removal of the clot from the blood. What is B? Statins. It is what is blood cholesterol lowering agent is this one. Statins. So the correct option will be 1. Now I will go to the next question. Our next question is choose the correct statements regarding the cell organelles and their inclusions. So it is 5 statement is given, so we have to select which statements are correct. The endomembrane system include Golgi complex, endoplasmic reticulum, but the endomembrane system does not include mitochondria. Therefore, this statement is wrong. Rho endoplasmic reticulum bears ribosomal surface. This statement is correct. Both mitochondria plastids have circular DNA. This statement is also correct. A network of the microtubules, microfilaments, and intermediate filaments present in the cytoplasm is called cytoskeleton. This statement is also correct. But mitochondrion is a single membrane, so therefore this statement is wrong. The correct answer will be the B, C, D. So here is the B, C, D. So the correct option is our 4. The 4 is the correct option because it is telling you have to choose the correct statements. So these 3 statements are correct. B, C, D. A and E are wrong statement. Why wrong statement? Because mitochondria is not included in endomembrane system, and the mitochondria is not a single membrane, it is a double membrane. Therefore, these 2 statements are wrong. B, C, D and correct. So correct option is the B, C, D. Select the set of the fishes which belong to class Osteichthyes. See, Osteichthyes means cartilaginous fish. Osteichthyes. Cartilaginous. Osteichthyes is, bony fish. Osteo means bones, ichthyes means fish. Now see out of this statement which is the bony fish. Devilfish, no. Cuttlefish, no. Hagfish, no. Starfish, Echinodermata. So this answer will be flying fish, angelfish, and fighting fish. Sawfish, this is the cartilaginous fish. Dogfish is also cartilaginous fish. Answer is about asking what is bony fish. So bony fish, flying fish, angelfish, and fighting fish. These 3 fishes are the bony fish. So the correct answer will be the 3 because he is asking about the Osteichthyes or bony fish. Now we'll go to the next question. In a population of the grasshopper species, the chromosome number of some member is 23 and some other members possesses 24 chromosomes. The 23 and 24 chromosome bearing member in this species are, see, in grasshopper, the type of sex determination is XX, X0. XX is the female, X0 is the male. So in female, 1 extra chromosome is present, that is 24, and female 1 chromosome is less, that is 23. Question asking the 23 and 24 chromosome bearing membrane. 23 means which? 23 means what? Males. 24 is the female. So the correct answer is males. He is asking about first 23. So 23 means males. Then asking 24 chromosome. 24 means female. So the correct answer is 4. 23 males, 24 chromosomes. Here is the female and males, but female is not 23. So the correct answer will be this one. This is the grasshopper. The type of the sex details XX, X0. XX is the female, X0 is the male. So here is the 1 chromosome more, here is 1 chromosome less. So here is 24, here is the 23. So this is the correct answer. 23, 24 chromosome, males 23, females 24. Now we'll go to the next question. The WBC count of the person's blood sample is 800 cubic millimeters. How many eosinophils and lymphocytes will be in the same blood sample approximately? So if you want to understand these questions, so total WBC is 8,000 per cubic millimeter of the bloods. We have to know the percentage of the eosinophils and the percentage of the lymphocytes. These things we have to first calculate. Then after that we can pause kar dete beta. See, if you see the percentage of the eosinophil in the blood, eosinophil, it is 2 to 3%. Means we have to calculate the 2 to 3% of the 8,000. So if we take the 2%, 2 by 100 into 8,000. So it will be approximately 160. If we take the 3%, 3 by 100 into 8,000, so it will be around 240. So 160 to 240. If you see the percentage of lymphocytes, 20 to 25%. So if you take the 20%, 20 by 100 into 8,000, 1600. If you take the 25%, 25 by 100 into 8,000, around 2,000. So eosinophils is around 160 to 240 because the percentage is 2 to 3%, and here is the 22, 25% is the lymphocytes, so it is around 1,600 to 2,000. So this one is the correct answer. The toxin proteins isolated from the Bacillus thuringiensis coded by which of the following genes will control cotton bollworms and the corn borers. If you see cotton bollworms, this is cry1AB, cry1AB and cry1SC. Cry 2AB, 1AB, 2AB. Madam, ticket pause kar dete. Now we'll go to the next question. Next question is that the toxin proteins isolated from the Bacillus thuringiensis, in short form it is called the BT, Bacillus thuringiensis, coded by which of the following genes will control cotton bollworms and corn borer respectively. So cotton bollworms, for cotton bollworms it is cry1AC, cry means crystal, and corn borer is it is cry1AB. So the correct answer will be 3. Respectively, asking about the respectively. So respect means cotton bollworm. For cotton bollworm, it is cry1SA, and for corn borer, it is cry1AB. Cry means crystal. So the correct answer will be the 3. Now we'll go to the next question. Our next question. Now we'll discuss the next question. Our next question is related to our drugs and alcohol abuse. It is given 4 types of the drugs. One is called the nicotine, morphine, heroin, or cocaine. And its effects it is given. What is the effect of the nicotine? If you see the effect of the nicotines, it stimulates the adrenal glands to release catecholamines into the blood circulations. So the A will be double I. Next is the morphine. What is morphine? Morphine is telling it is the effective sedative and painkiller. And it is also, this morphine is also used in different types of the surgery as a painkiller. So B will be triple I. C is the heroin. What is the heroines? Heroin is a depression. It will depress our central nervous system, as well as it will slow down the body functions. So C will be IV. Cocaine it causes the sense of euphoria and increased energy. Euphoria means highest happiness, that is called euphoria, and as a result the energy level is increased. So correct option is A double I, B triple I, C IV, D I. So the correct option will be. Now we'll discuss the next questions. Our next question is related to our muscular system. 4 diseases given and 4 symptom is given. If you see the tetany, it is the wild contraction of the muscles due to the low. So A will be triple I, arthritis, inflammation of the joints. So B will be I. So if you see A will be here, so the option 1 will be the correct. 1 triple I, B I. Here is the B is given double I, double I. So option will be A will be the correct. So no need to discuss other options. So here is the correct answer will be the 1. Next questions. In which animal do haploid cells divide mitotically to produce gametes? Simple answers. Male honeybee. Haploid cells, male honeybee, parthenogenesis. The direct question, the correct answer will be the male honeybee. This one. Next questions. In human respiration occurs in the following steps. Arrange these steps in the correct order. What is the correct order? So choose the correct answers from this. So first, diffusion of oxygen, carbon dioxide between the blood and tissues. Actually, the first option is the C. Pulmonary ventilation, by which atmospheric air is drawn in and the carbon dioxide rich alveolar air is released out. So this is breathing. Then after the breathing, then the diffusion of the carbon dioxide, oxygen and carbon dioxide axial alveoli. So next option will be the B. Then after that, transport of the gases by the blood, E. Then diffusion of the carbon dioxide, oxygen and carbon dioxide with the blood and tissue. So option A. Next option is D. Cellular respiration. The correct answer will be C, B, E, A, D. The correct answer will be the 4. Correct answer will be the 4. Next question. Arrange the following cell layer structures around the female gametes, that is ovum. Arrange the following cells layer structures around the female gamete from outer to inner. Try to understand outer to inner. So we'll see outer first corona radiata. Then after corona radiata, zona pellucida. Then after zona pellucida, perivitelline space. After that, plasma membrane. So correct answer will be C, A, B, D. So this is the correct answer. C, A, B, D. Next question. In human proteins, named alpha-1 antitrypsin obtained from the transgenic animal is used for the treatment of the emphysema. Direct question. So correct answer is the 2. Emphysema. Next question. Select the correct statement regarding the cell membrane in eukaryotic shape. Correct statements. Membrane of the human RBC has approximately 52%. This statement is correct. Major phospholipids are arranged in the bilayers. No. Extends of the plasma membrane into the cell. It is also no. Tail toward the inner part of the lipids are the hydrophobic and thus protected from the work. This statement is correct. Glycocalyx is present on the outer surface of the plasma membrane. Extension of the plasma membrane, the major phospholipids are arranged by layers. In this question, option A is correct because the membrane of the RBC contains 52% protein. This statement is correct. If you see the membrane, plasma membrane or cell membrane, the phospholipids are arranged in a bilayer. So this statement is also correct also. This A is correct, B is correct. Extension of the plasma membrane into the cell, this statement is not correct. But the tail toward the inner part of the lipids are also hydrophobic, this statement is also correct. But the glycolysis, this statement is incorrect. So these the three statements are correct, A, B, D. So if you see in the option A, B, D, that is option number 4 is the correct. A, B, D only. Now we'll go to the next question. Male frog can be distinguished from the female frog due to the presence of, very easy questions. One is called the vocal sac. You know the male frog, they'll produce the sound with the help of the vocal sac. Copulatory pads on the first digit of the forelimb of the male frog, which helps in the copulations. So that is called copulatory pad. So these two statements are correct. B, D. So answer will be 1. B, D only, the male frog. Next questions. Which of the following equation depicts Brussels for logistic populations? Question is, which of the following equation depicts burlesque for logistic population growth? Is telling about this logistic growth. If you see the logistic growth, there are the two types of growth. One is called the logistic growth, exponential growth. Logistic growth, dn by dt is equal to rn, k minus a by k. This is also direct question. The correct answer will be the 1. dn by dt is equal to rn. So k minus a. K is the carrying capacity, n is the number of the populations, d is the differential, and dt is the time. Next question. Choose the correct statement regarding the frog's anatomy. Frog anatomy. Hepatic portal system is the special venous connection with the liver and intestine. It is absolutely correct. There are 12 pairs of the cranial nerves. No, it is 10 pairs. Wrong. The ureters and oviducts open separately into the cloaca and the female frog. This statement is also correct. Hindbrain consists of the cerebellum, medulla oblongata, and optic lobes. Next option is sinus venosus join the right atrium of the heart. Right atrium of the heart. So correct options A, C, E. A, C, E. So this one is the correct options. A, C, E. Option 2. Next question. Select the incorrect statement with regard to RH grouping. RH grouping. Erythroblastosis fetalis is the conditions observed having the fetus with RH negative. No, fetus RH positive. So this statement is wrong. It's telling incorrect statement. RH antigen is observed on the RBC in the majority of the human being. This statement is correct. It's telling about the incorrect statement. Before blood transfusion, RH group should also be matched. This statement is correct. RH incompatibility is observed when a pregnant mother is negative and the fetus is positive. This statement is also correct. Erythroblastosis fetalis can be avoided by administering anti-RH antibodies to the mother immediately after the delivery of the first child, but it is given in the second child. This statement is also incorrect. So incorrect statement which one? A and E. So the correct answer will be 1. A and E only. Is telling incorrect statement. Next question. Which of the following statement is correct reference to human endoskeleton? Human endoskeletons. Human skull is monocondalic. No, it is dichondalic. Which is the following correct statement? We have to select the correct statement. The joint between the any two adjoining vertebrae is a cartilaginous joint. It is correct. In human beings, the number of the cervical vertebrae, cervical in the neck, 7. It is correct. All ribs except the 12 pairs of rib are biseparate. No, it is incorrect. The occipital bone of the skull is articulate with the atlas vertebrae. It is correct. The correct option is the A is incorrect, B is correct. In human beings, the number of the cervical, it is a B, C is correct, and the E. B, C, E. So option is the 3. B is correct, C is correct, and E is also correct. Next question. Matching cortisol, aldosterone, cholecystokinin, progesterones. If you see progesterone first from downwards, progesterone. Stimulates the formation of the alveoli in the mammary glands. This is the function of the progesterone. So A, B, C, D. So D will be the progesterones. Option will be the I. Is the DI. C, cholecystokinins stimulate the secretion of pancreatic enzymes and the bile juice. C will be the IV. C will be the IV. So CIV, DI. Now see the B, aldosterone. What is its function? Stimulate the reabsorption. Aldosterone stimulate the reabsorption of the Na plus and water from the. So B will be triple I. A, cortisols rest produces anti-inflammatory reaction, that is double I. So answer I think 2. A double I, B triple I, C IV, D I. Next question. Following are the stages of the life cycle of the plasmodium. Arrange the stages in the proper order. So we have to arrange. First, the parasite reproduces actually in the RBC. The parasite reproduces actually in the liver cells, bursting the cells, releasing the gametocyte developing the RBC. Sporozoid reach the liver through the bloods. Female mosquito inject sporozoid into. So first will the E. The female mosquito injects sporozoids into the humans during the bite. First, correct option. Choose the correct answers. First E. So here is the E, here also 2 and 4. Between the 2 and 4, we'll select which one the correct. Then D. The sporozoid reach the liver through the bloods. I think this option will be 2. E, D. Then B, the parasite represents, then the B, then A, the parasite represents in the RBC A, then finally C, the gametocytes are developed in the RBC. So E, D, B, S. E, D, B, A, C. Correct answer. Now we'll go to the next question. Our next question is related to animal kingdom. Here is the asking about the incorrect statements. What are the incorrect statements? Digest system, the platyhelminth is incomplete. It is correct statement. Bilateral symmetry is the characteristics feature the adult echinoderm. Actually, it is the larva. So this statement is incorrect. Pseudocoelom is possessed by Aschelminthes. This statement is also correct. Notochord is persistent throughout the life in the class chondrichthyes. This is also correct. Member of the class Reptilia maintains constant body temperature. This statement is incorrect. So answer will be the B and E. So one option. B is incorrect and E is incorrect. All other statements are correct. The specific receptor for the neurotransmitter in a synapse are present on. This is the direct question. It is present on the post-synaptic membrane. The specific receptors are located. Post-synaptic membrane. Next questions. Choose the correct statements regarding the muscle contractions. Muscle contractions. Now we'll discuss the next questions. This question is related to our muscle contractions. So in this, which statement is the correct statement? So the correct statement means a motor neuron carries a signal sent by the central nervous system to the sarcolemma of the muscle. This statement is correct. The neural signal generates an action potential which causes the release of the calcium ions into this statement is also correct. Increase in calcium inactivate the actin for the breaking cross bridge. This statement is wrong. Actin binds to the myosin head to form a cross bridge. This statement is also correct. Shortening of the sarcomere takes place by the pulling actin filaments toward the center of the A band. This statement is correct. So answer is the A, B, D, E. So option 1, A, B, D, E, C is the incorrect. Which of the following is not an example of the convergent evolutions? Convergent evolution means non-homologous organs. Convergent evolutions. Divergent evolution means homologous organs. So here is the homologous organ. Which one is the homologous organs? Four limbs of the whales and the bats. So this is divergent evolutions. Second, which of the following is not an example of the convergent evolution? The four limbs and whales is the divergent evolution. The correct answer will be the 2. The correct answer will be the 2. Next questions. JGA, juxtaglomerular apparatus, is a special sensitive region formed by the cellular modification in dash related to same nephrons. The correct answer will be distal convoluted tubules and the efferent renal arterioles, proximal convoluted tubules and the afferent arterioles, distal convoluted tubules and the afferent arterioles, proximal convoluted tubules and the efferent arterioles. The correct answer will be the distal DCT, distal convoluted tubules and efferent arterioles. Efferent arterioles. Efferent means out. Afferent means in. So this is DCT plus efferent renal arterioles. The correct answer will be the 1. Following reaction depict the activity of the particular class of the enzymes. This is the direct question from the NCERT. Clear? The answer will be the lysages. This reaction, lysages. Next questions. List 1 with the list 2. Mollusca. Option A. Mollusca. Branchial respirations. That is gill respiration. A will be I. Reptiles. Pulmonary respiration. B will be mollusca branchial respiration. That is 2. Double I. Reptiles, pulmonary respiration. Adult amphibians, pulmonary and cutaneous respiration. C will be IV. Amoeba, cellular respirations. D will be triple I. So the correct options A double I, B I, C IV, D triple I. So correct option will be the 2. 2 will be the correct option. Next question. What is the region behind the production of the large holes in the Swiss cheese? This question is the microbes in human welfare. Correct answer will be the production of the large amount of the carbon dioxide by the Propionibacterium salmoni. This is the correct answer. Swiss cheese. Now we'll go to our next question. This next question is related to our evolution. It is brief history about the evolution. If you see the brief history of the evolutions, so about 50 million years ago, the dinosaurs suddenly disappeared from the surface of the earth. So the option will be the A, double I, B, About 50 million years ago, that is Maya, invertebrates were formed and become active. Then option C, you will see the option C, jawless fish probably evolved. B, about 320 million years ago, seaweeds and few plants probably existed. This is about the brief history of the evolutions. The correct answer is the A double I, B IV, C I, and D triple I. This is the correct answer. Choose the correct statement regarding population interaction between the two species. We have to select the correct statement. Which one is the correct statement? In both parasitism and commensalism, only one species benefit and other species is harmed. This statement is incorrect. Both species benefit in mutualism. This statement is correct. So B is correct. C, both species benefit in commensalism. No. In parasitism, only one species is benefited and the other species are. This statement is correct. In amensalism, one species is harmed and other is unaffected. In amensalism, one species is harmed and the other is unaffected. That is, harm means minus, other is unaffected means 0. Means this statement is also correct. So here is the B is correct, D is correct, E is correct. So option is 4. B, D and E.